I'm going to go talk to Suzanne Goode. Okay, so why don't you explain that dewatering business to me now?
I don't really feel like it.
You don't feel like it?
I didn't feel like explaining it.
Well, you know what? You're supposed to be starting this. You just said you came up with a different way that you're going to do this.
No, didn't come up with a different way.
You just said that. How are you dewatering this thing if you're not putting the dike in before you dewater the lagoon?
You know,
how do you dewater one side of the lagoon and not the other?
Well, there will be a turbidity curtain that will be put up that will separate one side of the lagoon from the other.
So you're putting up a dam inside the lagoon before you dewater.
Turbidity curtain. It's a solid, like shower curtain.
Right.
That will go up. Then another one will go inside of it. Get all the fish out in between, and then construct the dike between the two turbidity curtains.
He says that you have to dewater the lagoon to a 3-foot level.
No, we don't have to do that.
Before any dike can be in place.
No, we do not.
You do not have to do that. So how do you plan to then?
I just told you.
So you're gonna. I'm a little unclear that you're gonna put a dike in and then you're gonna dewater.
Yes,
right.
dewater in the western channels.
Right.
After the dike is separated.
After the dike separates the two.
I know, but in the plan it says the dike has to be put in after you lower the level to a 3-foot level.
That was one option in the plan.
No, that was the plan that's in the dewatering. There's nothing. There's two different options of where the water would go to: one into the lagoon and one out to the sea, and that was during a closed berm.
There's a lot of different options.
No, there was 3. I looked on the plan. The dewatering plan says 3 options: one for open, 2 for closed.
The contractor can choose and select how much, where.
What did they bid on?
Do.
When did they bid? They bid on it when it was a closed.
They knew.
They bid on it was open.
When they did their bid, they knew it could be open or closed.
Yeah, but you know, you guys have been looking at this for 20 years. What's it usually done? It's always in the summer, and it's closed.
Well, last year, before we were stopped, it was open.
No, it wasn't. It was closed during the summer.
It was open when we would have started. On June 1st, it was open.
So you didn't know it was open now? You didn't know it was closed now? These guys.
We know it's closed.
But they didn't bid on it. They didn't bid on the amount of water that's in here.
I don't know how they decided to bid.
But in the thing, I'm just curious, because in the thing it says it has to be lowered, the lagoon, and now you're saying you're only going to lower the water in the western.
It has to be.
It says we do not know how it's going to be on that day, and that's when we're permitted to have a variety of conditions, and the contractor will.
So it can just be like whatever randomly, because you're saying in the one thing it says that you have to lower the level to a 3-foot, and you're telling me that you're going to only lower the level in the western channel, and it says that it's going to be before the dike is installed.
Well,
and
no.
where was it in any of this plan that the dike was going to be the pathway to the beach?
It didn't say it couldn't be, did it?
But there you go. So this is also a big change.
Why are you so concerned about?
Because now this is a pathway that's being done by engineers. It's not being engineered for public access.
Sure it is.
Yeah, it is. Temporarily. And it's being taken out.
Was that anywhere in the engineering of the dike that it's a public access?
Temporary public access, yes.
Where is it? Can you answer that, Suzanne? Was it engineered as a public access, or was it as a dike for dewatering?
Well, it can be both.
No, that's not the question. I said, was it engineered as a public access? Because the access
equipment has to be on it, so obviously.
No, that's not obvious. That's not obvious at all.
Obviously, it can support a few pedestrians.
A few pedestrians? If it's just, I mean, this place was packed yesterday. You made a lot of money in this parking lot yesterday. There's over 100 cars that came in and parked yesterday. There's a lot of people. So a few pedestrians. This is the peak summer, and you're saying a few pedestrians now.
Are you worried that it's going to be too heavy and collapse under their weight?
I don't know, but you're going to be downwind of a construction site. You're going to be exposing the public to fumes and dust and dirt that's going to be coming up. I mean, this wasn't in the plan. There was nothing in the plan that the public would be subjected to going downwind of this project, and then to come to the beach and then go in front of a pipe that's dumping the water.
How do you know what the wind's going to blow?
Because it's the predominant wind pattern is in this direction. Downwind. Could be.
What is your
Do you guys don't understand any of the conditions? What's the wind blowing right now?
From the west?
Yeah, and that's downwind of this project. Downwind on this project dike that's being installed.
We got it.
So I'm just curious if you guys haven't figured this stuff out.
We have figured everything.
But then there's stuff in there that's like, well, we're not sure when the tides. Tide books come out all the time.
We've known forever what the tide's going to do.
You do, okay.
You're liking it because I'm getting agitated? That's what you're like. That's what you're here for, to get us.
I'm here to go surfing.
Go surfing. What are you doing with your camera and your wetsuit on?
Because people want to know what's going on. When you come out and say yesterday that the new dike that's being installed is going to be the only access way to the beach.
It will be. It'll be a great access way.
At first it won't be.
No, at first, but there was nothing ever discussed to the public that they were going to have to walk on top of a dike that's being installed by the contractors.
Why is that a problem?
So?
Because that's a change. Everything's a change. It's a moving, changing target, this whole project.
Well,
How is that not a moving, changing target?
You don't have much experience with contracting. You give
I have a plenty of...
You give the contractor your constraints and your goals, and then the contractor tells you how he wants to do it.
Contractors have to come up with plans in front of everybody before they get permitted, not just like a range of plans.
The permit doesn't say that
I might have 4 bedrooms, I might have 5, I might have 6 bathrooms, I might have 7.
That's not the same.
It's not the same?
I might paint it green and I might paint it blue.
Oh, really? When you the way you're going to whether you're going to dewater the whole lagoon or you're just going to throw dirt in there and make a dike into it?
Is that an either or? I don't.
Yeah, because in the plan that I've read, it said that you have to dewater the entire lagoon. I went over this with you earlier. The entire lagoon has to be leveled out to a 3-foot level.
It says that in one of the scenarios. It says there's a possibility they might, and we knew that wasn't going to, but just like any EIR, they give a whole range of solutions.
Well, this is a 2006 EIR. Where's the new EIR? No, I'm not done. I need to. People want to understand what's going on here.
There's no understanding. You're just going to keep going and dealing with
talking to me or
details that are already worked out.
These are not worked out details. You're still changing the plan. You said that the plan has been changed.
I just had lunch and I'm supposed to be here to talk to the biologist.
You're going to catch a couple of lizards.
They've got their special PR moment of looking how responsible they are.
No, I'm just curious, Suzanne. You've changed the plan of the access way to the beach.
It's hard to say.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I think I've answered the question.
You didn't answer the question, though, because it's in the patch today that you've changed the access way to the beach.
Well, you're changing the dewatering plan.
And you've changed the dewatering plan. You say you were coming up a new dewatering. Really? So how are you actually going to get...
introduce carcinogens into the...
Now, I just want to know how you're separating the lagoon. You said that you have to dewater the lagoon to a 3-foot level, and you're not going to do that. So now you're going to dewater this thing to like who knows what. And now you're off here, you got some little fish catchy things here. You got some cages over there. Can it catch some lizards?
See you later.
So why don't you look at this and tell me how this thing is going to dewater the whole thing, Suzanne, without putting a dike in there first. It's completely different to what you said you were going to do. And now the engineers have not engineered this as a public access way. So we don't know anything about what this is going to do. You've completely changed the plan. Right or wrong?
I believe I've answered everything, Andy. I don't know how many times you want.
Look at how much water's back there. How are they going to get all this water out of here? Look at how full this is. You tell me these are deep and clogged channels, right? Look at that bird over there. What do you see hunting right there? Look at that bird. You tell me how this is dead. Oh, these guys are here to take a few samples of the plants, huh? What a joke.
Your interview with her is over.
I'm just walking through here. Is this park closed now?
Do you usually surf with the camera?
It doesn't matter if I do. What does it matter what I have in my hand? I mean, it's public property still.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and if this is a state process and it's a transparent process, like it's been said for 20 years, and all of a sudden everything's changing at the last minute. Now the thing is
changing.
You just said that it was.
To do. Try not to just.
Hey, I've got work to do too.
I can see that.
Yeah. You know? I mean, look at this. You're telling me that bird over there is not there? Is that a fake bird that's over hunting there? All those birds over on the center island, are they dead?
You guys compared to all the birds that will be here when this is
right. Okay. Just tell me how much better you're going to make it. Did you see it 30 years ago? Would it look like that? It's 30 years it's made this.
Yeah, I'm older than you, and I was here before.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
So why is it that you can change?
Andy, why is it okay that you can break the berm? Weren't you arrested for that, or were you just cited for that last year?
No, I wasn't cited. I got a ticket, and it was already going out.
Oh,
it was already
you just
breached.
happened to be there?
Yeah, I was.
What time of day was it?
During the day.
And
It was
you were just there
open.
watching it?
No, it was during the day. I was at the beach. It was already breaking open. I asked Greg Pfeiffer. I was the one who saved the lifeguard tower from getting washed away.
You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, whatever. I just want to know how you change the
You're a
play.
serious surfer. You'd be surfing. Why don't you surf?
Because this is like the last day before you start dumping all the shit water on our heads.
Oh, but you were going to break the berm out and let
No,
all
it's
that water out
hey,
there?
it flushes in one day.
Water's
It flushes in one day. Whatever. You guys are digging up stuff that shouldn't be touched. This stuff deep down in here. Where are the core samples in the bottom of the lagoon that we don't even know what's inside this mud?
We're taking it out. That's what it's not.
You don't know. Yeah, but it's all going to get stirred up and pumped in. Nobody knows.
And you're sure of that? Have you done the science on it?
Nobody's done the science. There's no core samples. Who's done the core sample?
Kinds of science on this.
You don't have any core samples of this stuff. Where's the core samples? Where's the peer review on the core samples that are in this lagoon right now? Where can you say that?
I don't even know what a core sample is.
You don't know what a core sample is? Nobody's
I'm not a
got.
I
biologist.
don't know where they are.
You don't know where they are.
No.
They aren't there. Nobody did a core sample.
No, I think everything's been.
Yeah, everything's been done.
Everything's been done. Okay. So, anyways, in conclusion, you now are going to just change the way that the public access goes. Okay. No changes to public access.